Так. Добрый день. Точнее, добрый вечер. Проверка. Раз, два, три. В принципе, я думаю, что должно все нормально работать. Может, абсолютно все было нормально. Повыше микрофон. Или меня плохо слышно? Алло. Чего микрофон работает? Странно как-то, ну ладно. В принципе, должно все нормально быть. Бред опять какой-то. Вот. Надо даже немножко убавить микрофон. Вот теперь другой разговор. Ну, замечательно. Шикардосно. Так, ну звук нормально вроде, поехали, ладно. Начинаем вторую часть Mass Effect. То есть во второй части еще поинтереснее будет. Сейчас ставлю на 50. Ну, просто одним персонажем играть будем, как говорится. Перенос делаем и все. Сохранение. Ну да, в принципе, все то же самое. Да, мне кажется, четвертым Mass Effect не накосячили конкретно. Ну, Призрак и Миранда Лоусон.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to
Ну,
us.
теперь про жнецы уже говорят.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
Угу. Это НС прошло месяц. Галактическое сообщество стремительно восстановилось. Альянс, пожалуйста, своим флотом. Ради спасения совет. Совет вынужден был отреагировать напряжение, потому что нет гигантские машины, что державшие все организации раз все тысячи лет вернулись. Ага. Те, кто знает правду, поиск ответов только начинается. Собаки не дают нормально, блядь, прочитать все.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel.
Плак.
Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Ой-ой.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Ты что, жнецы, что ли? Корабль жнецов?
Kinetic barriers down.
Вот и все, Пресли.
Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Эшли.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
I'm not doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't abandon ship. I'm not leaving either.
Давай, тащи этого засранца.
Commander. Ashley, go. Now.
Aye, aye.
Давай, давай, топай. Ты же командарм Шепард, ёпты. Мы же не должны умереть нахрен.
Everybody in. Go, go, go!
Ну, я так понимаю, Пресли не выжил ни хрена. Да, жалко Нормандию, блядь. Ай, черт. Пройти кабинеты. Джокер, твою налево. Блядь. Ага, зато двери работают. Блядь, что стало с моим кораблем? Ёб твою налево, а? Джокер, тебя тоже надо вытаскивать, давай. А что это за, что за барьер?
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still
Да
save
все, она уже нет.
The Normandy's dead. Just like us, we don't get the hell out of here.
No, we just have to. Oh no. They're coming around for another attack.
Что это за тварина-то, я не понял вообще. Откуда у них такой корабль? Что даже Нормандия, блядь, не может устоять.
Watch the arm.
Да. Совсем не сладко. Прощай, командар Шепард, бля. Просто как... Все. А, у нее еще и костюм поврежден. Хорошее начало, позитивное в кавычках. Mass Effect 2. Это интерактивная комикс, резюмирующий события Mass Effect 1. Хотите его? Да, наверное. Интересно, тут, конечно, все переделано.
Another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You have it done.
Интересно как.
It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make, the paths you choose, that turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission, answering a distress call. And look where that got.
В ловушку попали,
We were
походу.
testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked.
А, это предыдущая история рассказывает.
Explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Olenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw
Неплохо сделано.
the ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive.
Там реальные
Scorching the
комиксы.
colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact. A beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Chief Williams made the mistake of getting too close. It hit her with some type of energy. I grabbed her and threw her out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard.
Где получил видение.
My body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Adina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat, as was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Adina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel Security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren, and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest-looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tally's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further.
Что это за корабль был, что Нормандию, блин, подорвал-то? Я так и не понял.
Machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all.
Здесь женицы называют во второй части, а не пожинатели.
Disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions. But not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I would need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld. Liara was able to help.
Все-таки Ляра и Эшли такие вот, по себе хороши.
But it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Просто Эшли сама интересовалась Шепардом, уж понятно там было.
But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission. Finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead. Benezia. Saren had taken her to Novarian, where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they weren't happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone. with the information.
Засранец.
I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her.
Ну, конечно бы, если бы я бы играл без подсказок, я бы, скорее всего, отправил бы ее на тот свет.
I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves. Mindless beasts that obeyed
Здесь
Saren's will.
Рекс немножко
I
вспылил.
must destroy the base and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing
Саран
just
всего лишь их пешка была.
What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split up my team in 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke, and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth.
А кто был заказчиком?
It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinated.
Все мы прекрасно знаем.
It was Sovereign. The Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Caden was a good man, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for
Кайдам,
what
конечно,
we had
жалко
to
было.
fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. But Ash saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Caden's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we'd put our feelings aside for the sake of that mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect. While it lasted. We arrived on Ilos, close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago. And every 50,000 years before that. Each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and
Это, как говорится, такой маяк для жнецов, блядь.
bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his
А, Сарен даже с армией Гетто
there was little
пришел.
hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him.
Стало было у меня в финальной битве.
Battled Saren's army outside. I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our Human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated, and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet, the battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless.
Да ладно, на Нормандии самое мощное оружие флота были.
But in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first...
Ну, я бы выбрал Андерсона. Ангина свою, блядь, сущность показал уже.
Udina.
Когда запер нас на станции. А Андерсон как раз нам помог.
He would easily navigate...
Потому что он нам верил. А это даже слушать не хотел. Ну,
The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right. Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat...
война, по-моему, только
In
начинается.
time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Очередное рутинное задание стало последним.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
А типа ЦЕРБЕР создает Шепарда заново. Как они вообще это сделали, блядь? Они, по сути, блядь, вернули мясо к жизни, блядь. Запустили кровеносную систему. Да. Импланты ставят, что ли, получается? Мозговую активность, видимо, тоже. Как они мозг-то включили? Шепард же мертв, по сути, был-то ее. До сих пор понять этого не могу. Ой, солдат, разведчик, штурмовик. Даже некого спросить. Страж. Ну, я был солдатом, но оставили солдатом. Про адреналин, улучшить выстрел, почитаем оружие. Умение, маскировка, воспламенение, взлом ИИ. Без винтовка, рукопожатный пистолет, пулемет. Мне вот, скорее всего, блядь, наверное, разведчика взять, наверное, надо стоит. Серия притяжения, ударная волна, почитаем оружие. А, да, разведчик возьмем. Да, поехали. Будет у нас теперь Шепард разведчиком. Солдаты мы уже были, пора, как говорится, на уровень выше подниматься.
He's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of his surroundings. Oh my God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Оно живое, мясо живое.
Wilson, he's not ready yet. Give him the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. That was too close. We almost lost him.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Глазки-то у него хорошие, конечно. Модели, блядь, понабрали, блядь, тут. Ну что с возвращением, капитан Шепард? Ну вообще не...
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from. Damn it! Those canisters by the door are going to blow. Get behind. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from.
А, так работает, что ли?
Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
Угу.
Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off. Look out!
Ну, спрячься, ёпта, как непривычно.
Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles.
Идем вперед! Непривычное управление немножко.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on
Да, я вас понял. Ну. Так. А ты-то тут откуда взялся-то? Потому что вообще симуляция, ну больше на симуляцию похоже. Так. Герой-отступник. Подожди-ка. Она хочет, чтобы вы добрались до Челноков, следуйте ее сын, чтобы выбраться со станции. Не могу, что ли, взять эту ерунду? Ну ладно. Всех положили, собаки.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long. More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher off the security officer's body. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take them out.
Ну так это же хорошо.
We've been spotted.
Ну, с последним я сам разобраться могу.
Take the elevator down one floor.
Да, вас понял, Миранда. Вот как это работает. Да. Все. Я не могу укрыться, что ли, за стенкой? Ёб твою мать, что за бред? Ой. Джейкоб.
You probably know more than I do.
Right, sorry about that. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for...
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle.
Давай, топай.
What's with the mechs?
Security. Usually they fight for us. Somebody must have hacked them. That should be impossible. Unless you've got access. We've got to get you out of here, Shepard.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose.
2 года, ёб твою мать.
Welcome back to your life.
I'm having some trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20.
В принципе, логично, давай.
We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit him with the good stuff. On target. I've got him. That's it.
Живучие засранцы.
Falling back.
Дай-ка еще раз попробую. Зажигательный.
Designed for specialized ammunition.
Okay. I promised I'd answer your questions.
Ну давай.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you,
Груда мяса с трубками, ёб твою мать.
anywhere else they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting edge technology.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
You said they spent 2
I'm no
years...
doctor, but if anywhere else they'd have put you in a
Проект
coffin.
Лазарь, проект Разу хотел
Project
спросить.
Lazarus was different. Cutting edge technology.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Может, это, конечно, было в другом месте, лучше
Project
продолжить.
Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. Best technology money could buy. Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley.
Жалко Штормана Пресли.
But everyone else, including the non-alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
Да выберемся.
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant, but I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
Так, ну вроде все.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if we...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head
Ну
for
поехали,
the...
поехали.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Ну погнали. Сейчас будет весело. Угу. Светошумовая, тактическая маскировка. Враги не могут вас видеть. Как интересно-то. Угу.
They've seen us.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Да в смысле? Как я тебя не заметил?
Nice trip. Wilson, find us another route out of here. Preferably one that doesn't lead straight into an enemy squad.
Я не могу вот... А, не могу, все, понял.
I'll see what I can do. Oh God, they found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B. Hurry! They're out of
Сейчас они ему просто бошку открутят и все. Да иду, я иду.
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological functions. Our orders were clear. Make Commander Shepard who he was before the explosion. The same mind, the same morals, the same personality. If we alter his identity in any way, if he's somehow not the man he used to be,
То есть ты, наш Шепард, по сути, ходящая реликвия, да? Самое дорогое, что есть у ЦЕРБЕР. Понятно. Так, и дальше куда? А, сюда?
Shepard, down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me.
Он живой-то хоть?
How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
Все, оклемался.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now.
Хороший пенициллинчик, дай-ка мне такой, я буду здоров как бы. Вообще, кул.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
I don't care who set up who. Those mechs are shooting at all of us. We'll sort it out later.
We need to find Miranda first. We can't just leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector.
Да не пойду я.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Then why did you wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor. But that doesn't change.
Мне кажется, он что-то там наделал. Мне уже не нравится.
We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few. We can overload the canisters to clear a path to the shuttles.
Collision proximity.
Перегрузка. Ни хрена себе.
Okay, we took him down, but this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
Да ладно, рассказывай.
Won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Хо-хо-хо.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren. Some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
Well, that's what the Alliance wants people to believe. But there's more to it. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Elusive man? Is he in charge of all this?
Призрак, ёпта.
Yeah, that's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
Well, if I won't get any more answers here, let's get moving.
It's not much farther to the shuttle bay.
Ладно, давайте пока что с этим разберемся, а там посмотрим. О, пенициллинчик, еще пенициллинчик.
Hostiles detected.
Гуманоиды недоделанные. Так, а здесь что-то есть? А, это может просто с другой стороны зайти? Так, а ну-ка давай-ка, а ты со мной. С другой стороны зайдем. Дай-ка мне вот эту херню сюда. На, кушайте. Что, я не попал, что ли? Good. У меня 2 патрона осталось, если что. Троих собрано. Блять, у меня 2 патрона всего осталось. Да. Ходячая травма, Шепард, скорее уж. Так, это что такое? Посветите один узлы, чтобы найти совпадающие символы. Когда вы найдете оба совпадающие символа, выделите их, чтобы замкнуть цепь. Если защиту, вам необходимо замкнуть цепь в течение времени. Бред какой-то. Сколько у меня времени? Хер поймешь, что это. Так еще раз попробую. Вот теперь же по-другому. Так, и что это мне дало? Куда мне теперь идти? Так, не сюда точно. Добраться до челнока. Угу. Не нравится мне этот товарищ.
Through here. We're almost at the Miranda, but you were
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Что за бред?
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that,
О,
Miranda?
хороша стерва.
We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
You should have taken him alive. See what he knew.
Too risky. I've put too much time and effort bringing
Слишком
him back.
рискованно? Ага, конечно.
You really think
Ну,
Wilson...
в принципе, тащить с собой лишний груз-то это точно.
Not anymore.
If you say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
Давай-то.
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life? Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
Повторить тот эксперимент на Нормандии уже больше что-то не
You're
хочется.
the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What
Да,
does
не
Cerberus
сладко.
want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
Так, вроде все спросил.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or two, in your case. Come on.
Чем Уилсону нужно было это все сделать, я не понимаю. В итоге сам же под замес и попал.
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda, more tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Да пусть задает.
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you grew up on Earth. Tough environment, no parents. You enlisted and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team. Do you remember that?
I lost a lot of friends that day. Going through something like that changes you. It can break you if you let it.
I read the report. 50 Marines died on a cruise. You were the only one who lived.
Oh.
Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Lieutenant Caden Alenko was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave him behind?
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually.
Да тут выбор-то был либо Эшли, либо этот.
His life for the rest of the team. Without him, I couldn't have stopped Saren. He died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
А же не дожить, когда Шепард надерет всем задницу в очередной раз.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Прекрасно.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the
В
other room.
следующей комнате. А, сейчас будет голограмму, что ли? Вот и призрак.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
A necessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memories still intact. How are you feeling?
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and the Geth aided.
Куда колонисты делись? Вот в
You've
чем
seen it
вопрос.
yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
Угу. Все просто боятся, это хорошо.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why
We're
are you
committed.
Да, блядь, я
If
опять
the
не тот... Я не тот вопрос задал.
politicians or the Alliance to act. No more human colonies.
If you're after the Reapers, just point me in the right direction.
Miranda was worried you'd be resistant. She's not usually wrong. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Is this a volunteer job or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Не сомневаюсь, что он так просто Шепарда отпустит, блядь. Как это распределять, ёб твою, налево-то? Так. Пусть свобода. Надеюсь, что мы сможем сказать себе прошлых колонистов. Понятно. Я типа, как всегда, жандарм галактики буду, да? Надо с Мирандой пообщаться.
The elusive man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
We have to work together here. Your attitude isn't helping anything.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me.
Мотивы,
I
что
believe
тебе не
in what
нравится?
Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
Да,
I'd like to
интересно.
know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The elusive man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the elusive man wouldn't allow it.
Схема
He was afraid it
управления.
might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
У призрака душа есть, типа, интересно.
Can't say I like the
Потемки.
idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The elusive man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard. Stay focused on the mission.
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
Жесткая
No,
девка.
the elusive man recognized my potential and recruited
Это
me
обратная
as a
сторона Эшли,
How
скажем
old
так.
were you?
old enough to know this is what I wanted.
Так, вроде все спросил.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
Так, он говорит, что это корабль, который доставит вас. Ладно, понял. Задание выполнено. Теперь вместе с оперативники от ЛОС удалось проникнуть в атакованный комплекс. Подрыв взрывного устройства полностью уничтожил комплекс. Спасательные отряды не смогли найти никаких улик на месте трагедии. По рекомендации Миранды я провожу вверх в других подразделениях, чтобы удостовериться, что Уилсон был единственным кротом. Несмотря на затраты, проект Лазарь может стать успешным. Шепард снова с нами. Кредиты. Понял. Ладно, погнали дальше.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The elusive man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic material to give us a clue. They just disappeared. We've got no target to go after.
Шикарно.
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second guess you, Commander. If the elusive man says you're in charge, you're in charge.
Ну,
What
хорошо.
makes you think this investigation will turn up anything new?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
Если они есть,
That's
конечно.
unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
Сейчас не удивлюсь, если я сейчас тут гетто встречу. Вот не удивлюсь, вот ни капельки даже. Скорее всего, они здесь будут. Я носом чую. Интересно. Что произошло, блядь? Ну, кровь-то есть, я следы крови даже не вижу вообще. Бля, не нравится мне это. Ага. Точно. Трофеи собраны шикарно. А, черт, опять роботы. Так, о! Стоит пулемет. Да ёб твою мать, чё со здоровьем-то? Чё такой слабый-то? Пиздец, блядь, Шепард, чё с тобой не так? В первой части как-то хотя бы можно было здоровье покачать, а тут не поймешь, что тут качать надо. Ну, давай, раз. Здоровье что-то, конечно, да, у него. Я так понимаю, что... Ой, по нему мордашка, блядь, сочная, конечно. Люблю смазливых. Да, кто не любит-то. Блядь. Я уж вот это возьму. Так, стоп. Так, а это что такое? Информация. Давай-ка.
Engage enemy down.
Target down. Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile.
Все, готов.
Recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Лови птичку. Так. По-моему, я сейчас не успею. Успел. Надо же. 2000 кредитов. Неплохо, неплохо. Кто? Где? Блядь. А как я не заметил их-то? Камикадзе недоделанные. О,
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
Cerberus rebuilt me, Tally. In return, they asked me to investigate these attacks on human colonies.
You'll pardon us for not taking you at your word, Cerberus.
We're well within our rights to investigate
как
attacks on
интересно это
human
все
colonies.
складывается.
I'd like to know what the Quarians are doing here.
Weapons down, Praza. Whatever's going on here, I don't think we need another fight. One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor.
Виктор.
We came to find him.
Isn't that a little strange? A Quarian visiting a remote human colony?
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Vitor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous.
Да народ подевался-то ее.
She means that he was
Непонятно.
Combine that with damage to his suit CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open air
То есть ни крови, ни следов борьбы вообще нету. Они что, блядь, растворилось, все как в пепел? Опять Танос руку приложил, походу.
He also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around
Хорошая идея.
and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Your people really don't like Cerberus. What did I miss?
They killed our people, infiltrated our flotilla, and tried to blow up one of our ships.
Какие плохие.
How I'd have explained it exactly. It was nothing personal.
We can argue over who killed who later. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Agreed. We work together to get to Vitor.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. See you on the far side.
Вот Тали мы встретили. А что это за роботы модифицированные, блядь?
Thanks for the warning.
Что это сейчас было? О, Майки, здорово, братан. Я тут плюшками балуюсь. Ой, блядь. Блин. Не успею, походу. А может, и успею. Успел. Кредиты — это хорошо. Чё, Майки, рассказывай, как ты там? Жив-здоров. Блять. Так, дай снайперку. Это хорошо. Да, конечно, блядь, с первой части, блядь, много изменилось. А кто? Сам как, да, норм? Отоспался, блин. Хотел начать, блядь, стрим в 6 часов, в итоге, блядь... А в итоге, блядь, проснулся, блядь, смотрю, блядь, на время... А шо, вчера все ливнули? Да, у меня что-то вчера игра вообще, блядь, не прошла. Просто вообще. Ну, вообще ничего не шло, блядь. Просто решил, типа, ладно. Знаешь, как говорится, как будто руки из жопы растут. Вот серьезно, блядь. Вот как будто не играл, блядь, наверное, года 2, блядь. Пиздец, блядь. Так, сейчас.
We should have expected this.
Come on. You can still catch them.
Я одну вещь понял, то что я не люблю роли второго плана, нахуй. Я не люблю сидеть, блядь. Если выполнять подготовительные задания, блядь, давайте я тогда просто отойду куда-нибудь. Смысл мне выполнять, если вы уже за меня все сделали. Ну. Мне, честно говоря, я от такого был не в восторге. Но смысл, блядь, не играть. Я сижу, блядь, просто, как говорится, зеваю уже, блин. Ну, смысл мне что-то делать? И говорю, это подготовительные. Ну, блин, делай тогда их сам тогда, эти подготовительные. Нахрена? Я, конечно, все понимаю, но, блин, смысл играть... Блядь, подготовительный? Да что ты такое делать-то будешь, а? Да, но почему-то у всех, кроме меня, были нормальные роли, блядь. Как будто специально. Я пострелять хотел, в итоге я, блядь, сидел без дела вообще, блядь. Я такое не люблю, я не люблю такое, честно, вот скажу. Я сейчас подохну, походу. Печально, короче. Не, все прекрасно понимаю, то, что там это не то, да? Блять, ну дайте, блядь, хотя бы какое-то задание, чтобы я хотя бы, блядь, немножко... Нет, нахера, ты будешь, блядь, сзади сидеть и все. Нужно послать членов отряда в разные места. Так, ты суды. А ты суды. А, чё у меня автомата нету? Так ее соло изи сделать. Ага. Это что там за тварь такая бегает? Нихуя себе. О. Всех положили. Спасибо, успокоила. Так, теперь умение ваше применяем. Что вы можете с ним сделать? Перегрузка. Угу. Давай. Берем замораживание противника. Ни хрена себе. Так, что тут еще? Светошумовая. Тактическая маскировка. Вот живучий засранец-то. Блять, Миранда, помирать не вздумай. Блин, конечно, пистолет-пулемет это явно не то, что я хотел. Это называется, блядь, попробуй догони, блядь. Ой, все, спи спокойно. Так, тут что есть? Аптечка. А как аптечку применять? Нет, блядь, нахер мне это делаю? А как аптечку применять-то, ёпты? Так, это перезарядка, это локтем удара. Как это? А, это, наверное, надо эту. Шумовая, тактическое единство. Исцеляет, ни хрена себе. Понятно, ладно. Ну, блядь, вот сколько времени потерял, чтобы один найти только. А, ладно, похрен. Я торопился, мне уже на пофигу найти крит сейчас. А я могу еще раз это сделать, да? То есть, все, да? Да. Ну и хрен с ней. Я не понимаю, блядь, стримы, блин. Я, конечно... Ничего не хочу сказать. Я просто не понимаю, в какое время, блядь, вообще начинать, блядь, просто. Заходишь утром, никто не заходит. Заходишь вечером, тоже никто не заходит. Это во мне проблема, что ли?
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded shepherd. He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Хрупкий контейнер. А, понятно. Зря патроны перевел.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. Have to hide. No monsters. No swarms. No.
Витер.
No Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
Чё это с ним?
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
Have to hide. Mechs will protect. Swarms coming. Storm coming.
Все, отключайся.
You're human. Where did you hide? How come they didn't
От
find
кого?
Who didn't find us?
the monsters? The swarms. They took everyone.
Why didn't the colonists fight back, Vitor? What happened?
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
Коллекционеры, серьезно?
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through
Видимо, гетты жнецам наскучили, да?
If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
Прекрасно. Только этих нам не хватало.
No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you, then the monsters take you away.
Why didn't the collectors take you?
Swarms didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology specifically designed to detect humans. Only humans.
Ну, кстати, вполне возможно.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
More importantly, why are they abducting human colonists? What are they after?
Maybe the elusive man can figure it out.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away.
Нахрен ты им нужен?
No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
We appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
You don't have to take Vitor and go. We could work together, just like old times.
I'm still trying to accept that you're even.
У меня выбора-то особо-то нет теперь.
I've got responsibilities now. I've got a mission of my own. I can't walk away from that. Not even for you.
Слушай, ладно, дай ему Витора. У нас данные есть, нахрен он нам нужен?
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tally will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders. Good luck out there. If I find anything that can...
Не, ну нафиг он лучше, чтобы ему мозги промывать.
We're ready for pickup.
Прекрасно. Коллекционеры, ёб твою мать. Ну, походу это просто... Где-то уже доказали то, что они бесполезны. Теперь давайте где коллекционеры. Опять с призраком.
Good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat. But more importantly, you confirm the collectors are behind the abductions.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the collectors.
Теперь есть.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays,
Своя территория, типа.
there's further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill them?
Ну, потом скоро об этом узнаем.
What are the collectors getting from these deals?
The collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or
Ну, так они всех
they
забрали.
pay slavers and merc groups exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
If this is a war, I'll need an army. Or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Я был хорошей командой.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Where's Ashley Williams?
Вильямс.
Still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. Her file is surprisingly well classified.
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite the Krogan clans.
What about Tally? She already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
That was unexpected. I need more intel before I'll commit to that.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Liara Tassoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker.
О, Ляра, куда ж ты пошла?
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you can convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long time. Things have changed.
You worry about the Collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. Two things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
Sounds good. What else?
I found a pilot I think you might like.
О,
The best.
новый пилот.
Trust.
Тал. Джокер, вот так.
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky, with a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted.
Ну да.
The team
Обычно.
record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the Elusive Man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
Что? Да, да ладно. Что? 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 Нормандия? Ёб твою мать. Нет, все-таки призрак, конечно, сделал для Шепарда слишком много. Охуеть.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
Это была Нормандия. Это была всегда Нормандия. Ну. Да это, конечно, мощь. Ну что, в добрый путь? Так, итог задания. Подтвержден, что в путь СО напали именно коллекционеры. Виктор, уцелевший в Квариане, свернулся на мигрирующий флот Стали. Мы постараемся добыть из его инструментов максимум полезной информации. Новый уровень, шикарно. Выстрел был, значит, большой урон большинству тела. Ну, в принципе, логично. Да, ну типичная Нормандия. Один в один прям. Как они так спроектировали? Откуда у них вот... Это же корабль Альянса был.
Welcome aboard the New Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
Without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to
Это
start.
что еще такое?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Having an AI in charge of the Normandy system should give us an advantage.
Actually, I am not in control of the ship, Commander. Due to the potential dangers of a rogue AI, Cerberus has severely restricted my capabilities. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and
Okay.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Это я понял. Теперь только сигнал, чтобы получать информацию о статусе членов вашей команды. Прикольно. Ну, все-таки первой части, по-моему, бы проще было. После чтобы попасть на другие палубы Нормандии. Конечно, мы уже внешность. Нахера мне это делать? А, у нее личная каюта даже есть, нихера себе. Получается, снижение кого нужно нанять в команду профессора. Сейчас будем этой хуйней все разбираться. Сейчас. Мороженкой схожу только. Хочу мороженое. Ох, пиш. Ну, говорит, придется теперь голову ломать. Я отступником стал немножко. Чуть-чуть совсем. Чуточку отступник.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
Так. Кто такая?
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant.
Помощница.
I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Давайте пообщаемся.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Изучить.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
No.
What are your responsibilities?
Ёпта.
I'll keep you notified of it. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Ну да. Конечно.
Sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You're fooling yourself if you believe Cerberus is noble.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Да, конечно. Ну ладно, вы хорошенькая. Как-то это было слишком.
Maybe we'll talk later.
Я к отступнику запил? Кто? Да, здорово. Так, что там дальше-то? На геолокацию. Как там Джокер проживает, да?
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector.
Да, неплохо выглядит все.
Reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
А вот сейчас он не понравится.
The downside. I like the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
Ну да, посмотрим.
I died.
Yeah, you were such a downer.
Чё ты сказал?
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in
Ой,
combat.
господи.
My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the elusive man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Даже так.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why is there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary
Ну а если нет уже глаз на жопе,
role
блядь,
can only be
извините.
filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
The elusive man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks.
Понятно, короче. Ну, чтобы Шепард меньше знал, как говорится.
I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
Пиздец.
block that prevents me from
Сколько
answering.
диалогов, я худею, блядь, просто.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Да.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helm...
Ну, рулевой, блядь.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Чё он, блядь, в сторону смотрит, блядь? Да, реально все, блядь, то же самое, прям один в один все сделано. А хотя нет. Шкафчик для оружия. Интересно.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded using Omni-tool, computer-aided design and manufacturing.
Как интересно.
We have the capability to manufacture
О,
7
Джейкоб.
new models.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle
Ну
in.
давай,
Take
давай,
stock. I
попиздим.
wanna say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk. And you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Что, все что ли?
Commander, can I help you with something?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else.
Да, что-то
I just
никого
wanna
нет,
figure out
ладно.
what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I
Без
just need a
6
clear goal.
заходить. Ну, я видел,
Yes,
да.
Commander.
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
А он в Альянсе служил?
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? Good deeds like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Ой. Не, ну оружие, в принципе, нормальное здесь. О, вот это ядро, ёб твой налево. Ладно, сейчас смысла все равно нет тогда. Зал совещаний.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room.
Mhm.
In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network,
mhm.
Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the elusive man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one linked to each world.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, 2 subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the elusive man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the elusive man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
А, блин, я тебя уже спрашивал,
To
ёпрст.
contact 100 different worlds, we would
That's all
need
for
to
now.
logging you out, Shepard.
Угу. Так, мне, по-моему, надо сейчас к Миране спуститься. Я буду заканчивать, потому что смысла сейчас сидеть все равно я не вижу. Арсенал. Хотя где здесь лифт? Во. Чё себе? Ну я ж нажал. Даже так. Ничего себе. Жесть. Да.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Да, прикольно. Женский туалет. Ну, не. Я сюда заходить не буду. Мужской туалет, понял. Нормальные сортиры. Живая. Сейчас пробежимся. Доктор Чаквас?
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board.
Да ладно.
It's good to see you alive.
Рад вас видеть.
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor.
I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very
Да не все по сути скопируют, но они немножко добавили своего.
Anything missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned.
Ну, понятно,
I
поделили.
was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe only thing. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving.
I'll keep an
for...
eye out for a
Oh, you
replacement.
needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger.
Подожди еще
concerns
раз.
ahead.
Doctor, you've been with
After
the Alliance.
I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of
Ну да. Секунду так приятнее так находиться.
Momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
Ну кому-то не нравится, блядь, эти бумажки перебирать.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical.
Ну понятно, короче. Нам дали сначала Джокера, потом Чаквас, чтобы мы как бы это, ну типа свои, дали Нормандию. Ну просто призрак хочет угодить Шепарду, это видно было.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Найдите какой-нибудь магазин, бутылку бренди, окей.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day.
Ну да.
This Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
А можно у него эту выпивку попросить?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals.
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel. And I catch the balls through the cracks.
Молодец.
Through the cracks.
You have everything you need.
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
How did you find out about
уж.
Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keep... I'll do whatever it takes to help. Be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Понятно. Блять, цитадели жду купить продукты питания. Классно, блядь. Ну а хули, чем еще заниматься, блядь? Так, а где Миранда? Ну, если с Мирандой поговорим, наверное, инженерно. Ну, наверное, я так понимаю, что она где-то в инженерном отсеке сидит. Станция слежения. Блядь, пиздец, тут в 2 раза больше, чем...
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck. It includes facilities to...
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Инженерная палуба. Ядро. Ух, ебать, оно здоровенное.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gab.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings.
И что это значит?
With the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV
В Альянсе.
We flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The council backslid on the Reaper men.
Ну а Сайт забыл говорить жениться. Вот суки, а.
Isolated threat as a single.
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership.
Как обычно, блядь, вот эти политиканы бесят серьезно.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
Да.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also,
Мамочка.
Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Так точно.
I'm amazed Shepard came down to see you.
I told you he would.
Блядь, лабиринт, ёпта, не Нормандия. Сейчас что, только что круг сделал, что ли? Да. Понял. Блядь, Миранда, ёпта, где ты? Так, лифт, а здесь что у нас было? Это называется, когда ходишь вокруг да около. Так, это инженерный, да? Кают-капитана, наверное, надо.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. It's been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hull, the fitting room, the loft.
Личный терминал. Понятно. Да. Нет новых сообщений. И пофигу. Почетные медали. Спасти человечество всей галактики от тотального уничтожения. Вести пропавшие. Все противники. Спасите команду. Очень призрачно. И вот с исполнением прямых обязанностей. Надо, блядь. Что? Тут Уильям стоит? Нормально. Где Миранда? Я с ней хочу поболтать. Я не знаю, где ее искать. Подожди, это... Так, понятно. Значит, где-то здесь она, блядь. Сейчас, блядь. Главное запомнить хотя бы, блядь. Найдем ее, наверное, тогда. Ой, ладно.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Ну, конечно. Да ладно, нафиг надо. Так, арсенал. А с этой стороны, помощью палубы должны быть, нет? Джейкоб здесь. А где тогда Миранда? Блять, интересно, пиздец. Ну, сейчас буду бегать ее искать, блядь. А, члены команды Миранда Лоусон, блядь. Значит, это здесь бегает. Так как я это не заметил сразу. Сейчас будем искать Миранду. Что еще делать? Так, здесь мы были. Здесь мы тоже были. Это засранка. А, вот кабинет Миранды. Привет.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset.
Вы наше самое ценное приобретение, ага.
Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less.
Прогресс человечества.
The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations.
А у человечества есть сервер, да?
Humanity's answer to those organizations.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus?
Призрак всему рулит.
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
Какое давление? Ну да, конечно.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Мы как бы уже, я считаю, это... Агенты Цербера, блядь, и уже не агенты Альянса.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision.
Хорошо, но мозги
It's one
вышибает.
of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my... abilities.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My weaknesses, my strengths,
Самоуверенная.
they're all designed to give me an edge.
Хладнокровная
There's
еще,
no hiding
блядь.
from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Так, да, я сохранюсь. Да, сохраниться. Да. Ладно. Спасибо за просмотр, кто сегодня был. Ну, что-то просмотров не очень, так что... Как говорили, нужно вечером запускать. Ну да, ладно.